Alright guys, welcome back. Not exactly what I had planned for today's video, but you get what you're given. Alright, so I did plan to spray the car as I've been mega busy down here all week block sanding it, and it's pretty much there where it's good to paint, but the temperature's proper dropped. It was getting up towards high teens, which I could have painted in, but now it's below 10, which I don't really want to spray the shell in, because the shell does not fit properly in the paint booth. Now if it did fit, I could get the heaters in there and we could get the temp up and it'd probably be alright, but there's no point risking it on the shell, because if I have an issue with that, I've got to sand the whole thing down again. Plus that does give me a chance to get a little bit of practice on laying the paint before I do the shell. So we are going to get some colour on the doors today probably. I've sprayed some 2K on them. Just got to block them down, and then we should be able to get colour on these today. If not, you know, maybe the rear bumper or something like that. I do want to get colour on though, just for a bit of motivation for myself really. But yeah, what I'll do is we'll drag all this out, get some shit tidied up, and then I'll update you on what I've been doing, because I've been putting some hours in. Alright, so last video we sprayed epoxy on it. Since then the epoxy cured too much. You got a 7-day window to re-coat the car, but it went outside that, so I had to sand the epoxy down. So I put some guide coat on and we used that as a blocking stage. Blocked it down, the epoxy, and then we sprayed a 2K high build over the car, and then again guide coated that and blocked that down. And then this is where the internet gets wild with information. Do your dry sand and then spray base, or do your wet sand? It seems that it's just one of them things, everyone's got their own opinion of it. Some people say, well, you shouldn't wet sand it because it soaks into the primer. Others say, don't worry about it because the water's not on there long enough to soak it in. Different people have been doing different methods for years and years. So personally, I wet sanded this because when I dry sanded it, it just didn't seem as smooth. Obviously, the object of the primer is to get the surface as flat as possible while having good adhesion. So this is wet sanded with 600, which is what a lot of people recommended. And I'm happy with how it comes out, so we'll just see how the base lands on it. But we're not going to bother with this because of the weather. We are going to get some paint on these. So the doors have just had a 2K on them, and then obviously I've still got some of the guide coat here. I'm just flattening back. What we'll do first is, once they're block sanded, we'll flip them over and I will prep the door shuts, and then we'll get some colour and lacquer on the door shuts first. Because I've only got these panel stands, I have to lay it one way or the other. So we'll have to paint the door shuts, let that dry, flip it over, and then paint the outside. So you see body shops have like a door rack where you can get all the way around it, but you know, we live in that DIY life. So yeah, I'll get sanding, get the booth up, probably going to clean it out today with a jet wash because it's pretty dusty from my mate Dylan. He went in on the booth, he painted his car in there. So yeah, just clean it out, you know, stop any shit landing on fresh paint. We'll get the heaters in there then, and it can dry out. So yeah, I'll crack on with sanding that, we'll get it all taped up, and then I've even got the GoPro to put on the old titty cam while I'm spraying. So yeah, we'll get a bit of a POV for you. So let's get going.
What we're doing, Steve?
We're doing a live one, are we? Like,
Yeah. What we're doing?
The talking bit.
Yeah. Explain what you're doing.
Alright, so the boob's up. I've degreased the bumper. We've got the heater on in there, so it's alright, it's warm enough to spray. And then what we've got here is just a cheap, ready mixed white base coat. Just because the yellow can get thrown off from the colours underneath. So we'll just give it a quick coat of white so it's all even, and then we'll be ready to move on to 2 coats of yellow.
Are you a professional, Steve? It says professional use only.
Of course I'm a professional, mate.
What do you think?
Alright, so that was the first coat of yellow, and it does feel amazing after about a year I've been trying to paint this car and COVID keeps shafting me. So we've got a bit of yellow on. The white didn't go down smooth because I think it says ready to mix on the ready to spray on the tin, but I think it was too thick. So next time I spray that, I'll probably put some thinners in it. But yeah, yellow went down nice. So we'll let that flash off now, do another coat of yellow, because that coverage was quite good, to be honest with you. Probably could get away with that, but I'll give it another coat, so we've got 2 solid coats, and then we'll go straight into lacquer and see how many coats that we need.
And you're saying it had a bit of orange peel.
Yeah, so because it was thicker, the white laid down a bit orange peely, but we'll get rid of that with the clear anyway, because we're going to wet sand the whole car. So yeah, just mean more work for Brad if you're watching.
What are you doing to your bumper?
Got myself a schoolboy mate. So what's happened essentially is we've done the first coat of white. That was too thick, so it went on a little rough, but no dramas. We've got the second coat of yellow on. Well, second coat of paint, first coat of yellow, and then we had a massive hair stick in it, which essentially is what you call a dust nib. Now, what you need to do is let it dry fully or flash off properly, and then you can de-nib that and go over with the second coat. However, I have schoolboyed myself and run out of time, so I give myself enough time to basically lay 2 decent coats on and go to lacquer. What I didn't do is leave myself enough time if we've got a massive dust nib in it. So now what we have to do is end the video. I'm going to pack away the groove in that, and then next time all I'll have to do is I'll just have to sand that paint down again. So obviously you lay the base, and then when it's flashed off, lay the lacquer, and if you leave it to go sort of fully cured, you're going to have to resand that base again. So this is why we did the bumper first and not the full car, because we've learned now what I'll probably do with the car is I'll come down on, say, a Sunday night, I'll prep the car, get it ready, and then on a Monday, come down with a good, 6-8 hours and paint the car and give myself plenty of time. But yeah, it's a learning curve, no big dramas. It was nice to see that yellow spray out. I cannot wait until it's on the full car. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos. If you are, subscribe, smash that like button, and yeah,
Leave a comment.
Yeah, leave comments obviously. You can slag me off if you want, it's all good. I enjoy that stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers.